Hello everyone, I am Tevprettyy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be filming season 2, episode 3 of Women's Wednesday. I have a special guest, so let's give it up for her.
Hi, my name is Lacynthia Singleton, originally from Melbourne, Florida, by way of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and owner of Yummy Scrub skincare products. And she's my ambassador, so here we are. She supports me, I'm supporting her.
Yes, thank you, I appreciate it. We're gonna make some salad and tuna. Yes, and we're gonna just talk over all of that. So let's get started. So y'all, I've been using Yummy Scrubs for like 4 years. It's probably been more. I don't know.
We started in
2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, so 4 years. And I never thought I would be a brand ambassador because I don't post a lot. Not only that, but I felt like I wasn't consistent with my skincare. But once I started using Yummy Scrubs and I see how the products work, I'm in love with Yummy Scrubs. And y'all can see my skin is like not perfect. Not perfect, but I love Yummy Scrubs. So you guys definitely have to shop. You guys can use my code tevprettyy for money off. So now we're gonna get into the salad. I have a bunch of dressings. I don't know what dressings you wanted to use.
This one, I like Carolina.
Okay, so first we're gonna just wash our hands. I have some soap under here. And y'all, as we begin making the salad, I'm gonna ask you some questions. I have a card game called Let's Get Deep. So we're gonna pick like 2 or 3 of those to start us off. Icebreakers. Okay. And these are not that bad. They're just like a little.
I'm on your show.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we are both content creators as well. She promotes her business, and I do, YouTube and other things of that nature. So I'm gonna ask you this first question. You can read it out loud and just answer it.
Do you believe social media is helping or ruining the world? Honestly, it's a little bit of both. Because as far as content, you do get out, you get farther reach, greater reach, but it's not real, a lot of social media. So you can, I don't know, it does both. It can help and it can ruin.
Okay, this is next.
Okay. What do you think is the best age to be? Why? The best age to be. I don't know, I like in my dirty 30s.
See, that's gonna be different for both of us because we both different ages, but it's like, I think it just depends on where you at in life, because people can say in your 20s, but some people in their 20s are,
still young, trying to figure
exactly.
out. I don't know, 30s is good for me. I found myself in my 30s. Okay. So I'm teaching my daughters now to find it in their 20s, to find themselves in their 20s. Don't wait till you get to where I'm at. Like, I found myself in my 30s.
So you'll say 30s.
The 30s, yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm only 24, so I can't even say much about what age, but as long as you have the right people around you and you have the, just the guidance in general, I feel like 20s is the best age. You can, not say make mistakes purposely, but this is a time to figure things out and, live, but also try to dictate how you want your life to go, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. And I like seeing how my daughter's 26, right? I tell them, I wish I had me in my life at y'all age. When you come to the guidance, because I can help guide you the right way. I ain't gonna let you fall off the bridge if I know, I'm gonna tell you to go left. Mm-hmm. If right is gonna lead you to a dead end. It's up to you to listen though. I can give you the advice, but if you don't listen, then you're on your own. But I won't help guide you so you don't have to make the same mistakes that mama made. Or you don't have to take the wrong paths that daddy took. It's all about the guidance, and it's all about y'all listening your mindset. So yeah, in your 20s, you can, you think you can live, but it's still time to be prepared and have a plan for your future.
So this week we go by fast. I'm already 24. I feel like I was just 21 like a year ago. It's crazy. So you do have children. Mm-hmm. So like with your experiences in life, and you say you guide them and you try to, be open with them, are you sharing your experiences raw? Like, are you, because some parents, they try to.
Oh yeah, I'm very raw.
Okay, that's why I like. Yeah. Some parents, like my mother, sometimes she overdo it. She gonna tell us everything in one, but I just love that. I don't like when parents try to sugarcoat their experience just to make them look good, or they're embarrassed about what they've been through or whatever.
Yeah, not me.
I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that. So that's why I asked, like, with your kids, you're really open. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm open. That's what I like. And you also are married.
I am married. So we have 5 kids in total, 2 that I birthed, 3 that God blessed me with as bonus children. Yes, an awesome husband. Hey, babe.
That's right. That's right. So you're enjoying being married?
I am.
Okay. Was it hard for you, or was it kind of like you were ready?
No. See, the difference was when God sent you your person.
Okay. Okay. That'll do it. Okay.
It was easy because it was like I was safe. I never felt this safe with anybody. So within 2 weeks, I knew this man was my husband.
Oh my goodness, yes.
In 2 weeks, I knew he was my husband. And he asked me like, "Would you ever get married again?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, I don't believe in letting one bad, I ain't gonna say bad because it wasn't all bad, but one relationship or marriage that didn't go right deter the rest of my life. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and hold on because that didn't work when I know I gave my all and I did the right thing.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that stop me from finding love again, trusting again, and believing that love really can happen.
But you know, sometimes when you get, because y'all haven't been in a serious relationship for real, but it's kind of like, well, probably because God didn't send me nobody yet, so I don't feel how you feel. But it's like kind of hard for me. I've been thinking they tricking me off rip because I'm like, okay, there's no way you good. I don't know. Like, I just have trust issues, and it's kind of hard for me to meet people that's new because I just assume they're gonna do me a bad way.
Okay, that comes with self-healing.
And I think that's the problem as well. I think it's really me because like people don't even be out to get me. It's just like in my mind, I'm just battling myself and I'm putting that on it, which isn't good. But sometimes I'll be right though.
And like I made a post about how you can't take from what happened in 1999 to 2024. So 1999 ain't my 2024. I can't let what happened back there deter me from loving him and trusting him wholeheartedly because my heart got broke over here. And then it's all about having conversations with your partner too. Mm-hmm. If something triggers you and he don't know it, you can't get mad at him because you ain't tell him.
But if you communicate,
so you think.
Okay, you're right.
You think something's simple,
you're right.
But you gotta understand, everybody think different, and that was me. Like even coming to my marriage, it's like you would think people would know certain things, but they really don't. And we all grew up in different places. Louisiana, he from Louisiana, I'm from Florida, so things we did here was totally different. Things they do with us totally different. So it's all about you have to be open to learn new cultures because things are different. You can't just.
Yeah, some things definitely they're not raised how I raised. I'm like, ugh, like it could be the smallest things. It could be how they clean. I don't know. I'm just so picky when it comes to certain things. I'm just like
compromise.
Yeah, too. But I don't want. Okay, I ain't gonna say that. I don't want to compromise too much to where I feel like I'm like.
That's not what I'm saying. But a relationship about two people. What if he don't like the way you clean?
And I think it's the best cleaning ever.
Exactly. That's what I mean by compromising. Everything you think is the right way is not the right way. So it's not saying that you're compromising your values and your roles and your goals and how you feel, but at the end of the day, what you think ain't always right. So just because your cleaning ain't good, his cleaning ain't good to you, don't mean he can't clean.
And also just experiencing people for who they are as well. I gotta let people just be them. I be trying to.
Yeah, you can't.
That's my problem.
Yeah, compromise a little bit.
That's definitely my problem. Also, I wanted to speak about your spiritual journey. I don't know if you want to call it spiritual journey, but my spiritual journey, because she helped me during my spiritual journey. Yeah, I'm gonna give a little story about I don't know when this was. This was like January of 2023, I think it was. She was tagging me in like Facebook Lives, and it was I believe prophets, and yes, it was prophets speaking. She kept tagging me. I'm like, we don't even speak like that, but I'm gonna watch the video because I feel like she's tagging me for a reason, right? So one day she had tagged me. It was probably like the third live, and the other two I didn't watch, honestly. I didn't watch them, but the third live, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. So I watched the video, I think it was like an hour or 2 hours long. It was so long, I was like, I'm gonna skip through it. Y'all, I skipped through the video like 2 times. The second time I skipped through the video, I felt like he was talking directly to me about disobedience. And when I watched it, I was just crying. Like, it was just so amazing. That same night after I watched the video, I cried and I went to sleep, y'all. And I kept asking God before this to have a dream or just have a sign or something about, about something. Just give me a sign that she's okay with me. Like, we're okay. I don't have to stress. I don't have to grieve this way. Like, I was grieving so bad. Like, it was just all over the place. Y'all, that same night, I promise you, I went to sleep and I had a dream about her. So the dream, it wasn't even long. Like, the dream was just all I needed in one. Like, everything I prayed for. So the dream was, I saw her in the dream. She was crying on the couch, and I walked up to her, and the first thing I said was, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what I said, but what she said to me was, I love you. And we started hugging. She just cried, and that was the end of the dream. Like, it was just everything I needed. So when I say the dream felt so real, like I was just so happy. But when I woke up, I literally was crying, like waking up. And I text her that same night, like 3 in the morning. I text her, I'm like, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Because it wasn't for her being obedient to God, sending me the videos, I would never seen it. So I say all that to say thank you for that. Not only that, but you just, not influence, you inspire me to do better with my spiritual journey, like being patient with myself, being gentle with myself, and just giving it all, you know, a try without beating myself up about the smallest things.
You gotta give yourself grace.
I thank you for that. But do you remember that though? Like
I do remember. I remember that. You text me, and because we were talking about it, you was like, you know, you just wanted her to come to you to know that she was okay. And my obedience, that's what you have to understand. My life ain't just for me. So if I see something and God tell me to send something to somebody and I be disobedient, I affect everybody that's tied to me.
And I didn't believe that yet until I started my spiritual journey, and I seen a lot of things I started doing wasn't even about me. Like it was helping people, even helping people want to have a relationship with God. Me sending scriptures to like my brothers, my siblings. My brother sent me a scripture today, this morning, and I never expect that from him. So it was just, I don't know. It just shows that when you be obedient, you don't know what it's for. You thinking it's like for the small things or just you yourself, but it's so many people around you that is.
It's tied to your obedience.
Yes.
And like around that time, your mom had reached out to me, and she was like, you know, she was thanking me for being a guidance in your life, and I'm like, but to me, I felt like my life was just my life. At this time, I'm like, well, what did I really do? And she's like, well, she looks up to you, and all these other things that we talked about. And I was like, you know what? She reminds me so much of me. I don't know why I clung to you. When I did, even though my mom, your mom was best friends, and my sister, you was best friends with my niece, but it was just something about you. Like you reminded me a lot of me, and I was telling your mom that. And as you talk and you speak, and I see, and I'm like, that's why I can get compromise, because it was me. Like if you ain't doing it this way, it ain't gonna work. But no, you have to compromise.
And I didn't understand why you were like so helpful towards me. Like I'm like why? And I just said, you know, I'm not even gonna question why. I'm just gonna thank God for her. And so far, I just love it. Like I feel comfortable like just texting out the blue if I need something. Smallest questions about the littlest things. Like, it just feels very good to have women in your life that you can look up to, that inspire you, that helps you spiritually, mentally. We all need that, honestly. We definitely all need that.
It's important to have sisters in Christ.
Yes.
You need sisters in Christ. You don't need nobody who's going to bring you gossip. You need somebody who's going to be able to send a prayer up to heaven for you. And you know when they pray, God hears. I don't need you to just be in my ear giving me negativity. No. We need to talk about God, how we can do better, what we can do to save the younger generation. Like, it's not just about us. Take you out the way and do God's word.
Do you ever think about speaking to younger women? Like,
that's my call.
Right. So, like, as far as schools or just in general, like, how does that look for you?
It looks however God wanted it to be.
All right.
So, just for instance, I already knew, like, my husband, like, you so woman empowerment. I'm like, yeah, because woman is my calling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can touch men too, but it's just something about me that women need to hear. What I've been through, how I got through, and where I'm at now, right? And last year, I started subbing as a teacher.
Where was school? Oh, somewhere else?
In Baton Rouge. Yeah. So I still sub, but I took the semester off. I started subbing as a teacher, and my students would come to me and pour like heavy trauma, and I'm like, wait, oh my God, why are you telling me this? Like I'm new to the school, right, but you trust me with your heaviness. And I asked one of the students, I was like, why you just told me that? And she was like, I don't know, I just trust you. So I was talking to my husband, and when I walk out the door, he's like, go be a counselor, but you're not a teacher. Like, you don't teach. I do teach, you know what I'm saying? But it was more of because of what they come to me and trust me with. Even when they didn't feel comfortable with the counselor, they would come to me.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I need to go see Mrs. Singleton. And I'm like, baby, I got a class. I can't right now, but my free periods was with kids. I had kids in my classroom. I only had a lunch break, and that was it. And then it was to the point where I started buying lunch and inviting them to lunch, because I remember how my teacher used to do me and how that felt. When your teacher let you come in the classroom and eat lunch. It's something about what they wasn't getting at, I wasn't getting at home.
Exactly. Yes.
So I tried to be that for them. I was that for them. And they weren't allowed to curse in my classroom. Baton Rouge, y'all.
I would say that's how.
Hear me out. They could curse in my classroom, but you would think like, well, that's a given, but it's not. Because the students like, Mrs. Singleton, you the only one that let us cuss in your classroom. Baby, because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And if my life ain't with that, I ain't gonna allow for you to do it. And it's about teaching them right from wrong. And just because one teacher allow it, you ain't gonna be able to do it everywhere. They weren't allowed to call each other niggas in my classroom. We ain't having no box. Because first off, how you a bop and you only in elementary, junior high? No, we went kindergarten through 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
How many partners you really had? And if you ain't gonna talk about her, if something wrong with her clothes, go fix it. Don't go tell everybody else. Go talk to her. That's just how I'm like training them what to do. And like to this day, even I haven't been in the semester, they have my TikTok, they got my Instagram. When you coming back? Where you at? And I'm like, I'm coming.
Sub. We all had that favorite sub.
We all, right. But to put it in layman's terms about my calling, so being there in the school showed me you supposed to be a counselor. You ain't supposed to be here to teach. And then after I took the job, because it was between 2 jobs I was battling over, and I took the school job, I went to church and the lady was like, I see you working in children's ministry here. I'm like, wow, God, I thank you, because I mean I took the right job. Because it was like that, going back to CNN, I'm like, I knew I was done, because me and God made this plan. 2 years, I'm in them out. Like, I don't want to do this stuff. I'm giving you my 2 years at CNA, traveling, taking care of people, helping, whatever you call me to do in this field, but I had gave it up 3 years ago. So after my mom passed, it was like, no, I want to go back to healthcare. I want to give these people during COVID time the care that I wish she could have gotten. Right. So that's why I did that. But yeah, so long story short, I am in school doing my double master's in mental health counseling.
Ooh, I love mental health.
Yeah, so I'm getting all the tools to be able to help people, not just physically, but spiritually. When you combine the spirit realm with mental health counseling,
when I did counseling, I was just going back to church. This is like for 6 months. So I can't say that. Like counseling and going to church is hand in hand. Like it's wonderful. And I used to do counseling and I would go to church and they would talk about the same thing or whatever I opened up about. It would be like closure to that. Like it was all at the same time. So I definitely agree those go hand in hand. So as far as mental health, could you mention it? How is your mental health?
My mental health is great. I am in a space I haven't been in ever in life. I ain't gonna say years. I'm gonna say ever in life. I've been in a dark space in 2021, and I posted about it. I was open and honest about it, and the feedback I received from it was like, wow, because I'm like, why? I questioned God, like, why you got me sharing this? You get what I'm saying? Like, this is my personal business. Why am I sharing it? But it was because other people needed to hear that. Right. They see you always being strong. Like, no, I was dark. I was in a place where I didn't want to come out the bedroom. I was in the room locked up. I would go cook for them kids, and I'm back in the room. I go to work and I'm back in the room. Like I was in the bed, I would say about a good 6 months, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to be in the dark in my room, watching TV or just by myself.
So how do you, of course, God, but other than prayer and everything like that, how did you physically get out of that space? Like journaling,
I journal.
Self-care?
I love to write. It was the self-care. It was the business. Doing the research, it took my mind off of things. It was the walking, like exercising, losing weight during that time. And God did the rest.
Yes.
He did the rest.
Yes. Because when I was in my dark space, I didn't even know it was God, honestly. Because I kept feeling like, it's crazy to say, but I kept feeling like, because I wasn't working on my spiritual journey when I first was in dark space. This was like years ago. So when I first was in dark space, I would feel negative, but I just always felt like to keep going. Like I just always felt some type of motivation or a reminder from someone, whether it's my sister walking past saying something so small. I just constantly felt like something just kept motivating me. So when I did start my spiritual journey, I'm like, that was God the whole time. Like God definitely helped me. He definitely sent people just to say small things to me, for me to see small things. Like God is definitely the number one. That's why I always recommend with mental health, you have to like tap in with God. It can't be just you doing journaling. It can't just be you doing self-care. Like all that helps, but I'm telling you, like the main source is God. God's gonna be the one that gets you out of it, you know, regardless of how you feel.
And a lot of people think that they can heal themselves. Like, oh, I'm doing this by myself. I'm reading my Bible. I'm journaling. I'm doing this. Okay, I understand that, but it's other things that come with it. You have to have that conversation with Him. You can read the Bible as you really understand it. Like some churches, just for instance, I go to church over here. You read the Bible. I can read that, but that don't mean I know what it means.
Yeah.
You have to teach. Anybody can read, but are you teaching what the Bible is saying? So that helps with getting out of that mental health place. And then my husband, like that's what I knew because the safeness that I felt with him, I never felt with nobody. I told this man stuff in 2 weeks. I never told nobody in my whole entire life. It was just something about it, and I knew, because Bishop always said, your spirit will speak to their spirit gonna speak to yours. And at first I'm like, what is this feeling I'm getting? I didn't understand what it was, but I was like, oh, this is what she's talking about. So when God, the healing came, baby.
So y'all, I made the salad. I put croutons and bacon bits and salad all together. So I'm gonna let you pick the dressings you want, or do you want all of them in?
What do we like, babe?
I'm gonna let you pour it in. I made the salad, so you can just pour them in there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get the eggs and peel them.
Alright.
Okay, guys, wanna do some more Let's Get Deep questions. I'm gonna let her pull some.
Okay.
And then you can just, we're gonna do back to back. You pull one, I pull one. And we just do that. Well, you go first.
What's a random thing you know a lot about? I'm gonna say communication styles.
What you mean? See, I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know what you're talking about.
It's different ways to communicate with people, and I'm studying it in like leadership to teach you how to communicate. It's not just one style of communication. That's what come with like, okay, I gotta compromise because I may see something this way and understand it this way, but this person sees it different. So I have to be able to listen me. Hold on, let me hear. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. So under the communicate effect, you have to listen. So I would say my communication style.
How many styles is it? Like, is it?
Like 6, 7.
See, I don't even know that. So I would just think, can you share like at least 2?
So you have assertive, passive, you got aggressive, manipulative, submissive. It's different styles.
I think I do all those.
Our school is, this was another thing too, it's Christ-centered based. So our teachers, they drop Bible verses and then they ask us like, how does this verse help you in your life? What does it mean to you? So I'm open and honest and you give your feedback and then you have your classmates that be like, okay, I never looked at it like that. I didn't see it that way. So I do share my thoughts and how the Bible verse helped or how do I use it to get through life.
But you really minister everywhere you go, like at your job, schools, even when you, I don't know the Bible verse, but even when you're in public and you meet strangers, how they say, not they say, but the Bible says, people have entertained like angels while even knowing. Like,
be careful how you entertain strangers.
Yes.
Could be angels in disguise.
Yes. It's like, it'd be so weird. And I try to remember that because sometimes I can be rushing and stuff like that. And if you just, somebody can just walk past me like, and feel comfortable with having a regular conversation with me, or, you know, it could be an answer even through them for me. Like, it just, you just never know. So I think everywhere you go, you minister. Yeah. I don't know if I want eggs in it. Because this is so difficult. I don't like
eggs. Open this one, fish.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a card. She gonna do the rest of the eggs because I'm kind of messing them up. And yeah. It says, are you scared or excited about getting older? I really just want to be young because I feel like I'm gonna be young too. I don't know. But I just really like being young. Like me thinking about just being 25 next year, it's just,
Growth.
That's what I'm saying. I love it because I'm growing. I would say I'm 50-50. I'm excited, but it's like I'm not in a rush to get older. But I can't even control it, so that's, you know.
Cool one. I have this answer.
Have you ever gone to therapy? What was that experience like for you?
I have never went to therapy.
Really?
I haven't. I want to try it.
I would say, did you not want to do it, or you just never got to it?
I just never got around to it. And I want to try it. Like even when I would say like last year, I was talking to my husband, I'm like, you know, I want to try therapy before I started school. And never got around to it, but now that I'm in school, I'm very much open to it. I think it's a good thing. You know, the Black community, I don't know why it's like therapy is a no, but I recommend it.
I did counseling, and before I did counseling, everyone was telling me not to do it. My mom was saying not to do it, my siblings, and the first thing they say is, how you gonna let people you don't know tell you this, that? I'm like, you know, it's not even about y'all, but I was just so, like 2022, after my cousin passed away, I was everywhere. So I had no choice. I'm like, okay, you know what, I cannot. Because in 2019, that's when I was that's my first time being in the darkest place. So after that year, I'm like, I can't go back to that. That's the worst feeling ever. I literally felt like a zombie. Like I didn't even feel like I was partaking. And it's so crazy because nobody around me knew. So it kind of was acting. So that's the worst too, when you're in a dark place and nobody knows, and you want help, but you're not gonna ask for help. So after my cousin passed and I felt I was going back to that dark place, I said, you know, I can't do that. I gotta either get it together, you know, I just can't go back to that place. So counseling was so crazy because the job I told you about that I wasn't going to do because, you know. So when I first started that job, I was excited about it, but it helped me with my spiritual journey. Like everybody there was like miserable. As soon as I came there, it was kind of like
a shift.
Yeah, it was a shift. Like 2-3 months after working there, they told me that they had a program where you can do free counseling. You can have 6 sessions of free counseling, which is like 6 months, because you do one like every other month. So I took that chance. I'm like, okay, I never did counseling. People tell me not to go, but I really want to do it because I'm doing good in church, you know. But I really, it's more. I have to do more. Like,
right.
You know, it just feels a lot of my problems. A lot of problems I was having with my mental health was like because of my childhood or my past and things I was holding on to. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do counseling. So I did the counseling, and it was good. It definitely helped, and I recommend everyone do it. Let's see.
What else you need to know?
Ms. Tasha, do you have questions for us?
You want some relationship?
Hell yeah, I can my own fish.
But okay, y'all, Ms. Tasha is here. That's her sister. Do you have any questions? Like anything that you think, like just a pop-up question?
That you want to ask that they can know, need to know?
Oh, you got something as well. Yeah, she will.
She coming over. Yeah, just ask a question.
Y'all, we have some family on set. They're gonna ask us some questions.
Yeah, but pick this brain while y'all got the chance.
Yes.
What's an experience that shaped you to who you are, like right now? Like what experience made you
Who you are, okay.
Yeah.
Losing my mom.
And grief will definitely do that, yes.
It was, losing my mom was the experience that shaped me to, because I wanted to leave Florida a long time ago, but she always told me, don't ask me not to leave until something happened to her. So her passing and me starting to travel as a CNA opened my eyes, like it's more out here in the world than just Melbourne, Florida. So I just knew, I'm like, I ain't coming back. I didn't know where I was going, who I was going to be with, what was going to happen next. All I knew was when I left, I wasn't coming back. And I didn't know I was going to be on the journey that I had to be on, as far as, you know, left to go travel, but ended up leaving, getting divorced, being homeless with 2 kids. A lot came with it, and it changed my mindset to life.
This is going to be so tuna. We will do some for tuna fish.
All right, go ahead and make me know.
Yeah, we'll be like that topic.
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer that? Or you finish?
Yeah.
You want to answer that, you're going to find a different one. Read the question over, please.
What's an experience that shaped you who you are?
I'm trying to think, there's a lot, but I just want to say death too. Like it can a lot of people that passed away definitely recently are people that inspired me to do better, people that helped me do better, people that just I felt safe with. You know, Shadayla, my grandmother, so I agree with her. Definitely losing people in your life that you are close with, or people that you just, you know, are connected to on that type of level. It definitely shapes you to want to do better and be better. So.
What's one difficult lesson you've learned from past relationships?
You go first.
One difficult thing I learned?
Yes.
One difficult thing I learned from past relationships. I would say that I can be the problem sometimes too. I'm not this perfect person. I'm not just this person that got everything put together. I got work to do too. So I can say with my past relationships, I kept not acting, pretending to be perfect, but like I didn't see what was wrong with me. Like, I didn't do like a self-reflect. So a lot of my relationships, I can say that I probably messed up because of how I felt about myself, like thinking I was this person that just knew everything and was always right and things like that. So I gotta take accountability, and it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be the one that's messing up, you know.
Okay, I would say my the most difficult lesson was stop giving too much too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mine too. Cause one day I'm already ready to.
No.
Yeah.
Stop giving too much too fast, but it's because of who I am. But I had to realize everybody can't handle who I am. Everybody don't deserve who I am.
Yeah.
And that's important for people to understand. Just because you have a big heart, you kind-hearted, that don't mean everybody deserves your heart.
Yeah.
So I think giving too much too fast.
And I can say too with that is a lot of people didn't even deserve to be like in my presence. And I feel like now I'm trying my best to watch who I'm around, watch who I'm talking to.
Right.
Because I have to know that I'm worth so much more. Like I'm just so, and definitely when people talk to me and they're like, you're just so sweet. I'm like, wow, I'm this good person. I'm just giving out to all the people. Cause I can say a lot of people that have hurt me, they love the experience. They love meeting me. They love being around me. And here I am damaged because of
what
I gave them. You know. So yeah, that was a good one.
What's your definition of a fulfilling life?
Me, I just want to be at peace. I just want to be happy. I just don't want to have to worry about the small, like, I don't know. I just want to be free. I'm not gonna say I don't need much, but with me right now, it's like I don't have to have this, I don't have to have that. It's just more about me mentally. I just want to be in a good place mentally, spiritually. I just want to have people around me that love me, that I love, and I don't have to feel like they just tolerate me just to tolerate me. I want people that actually genuinely love me, support me, and I want to do everything that God wants me to do. I just want to be in a place where I'm freely myself and how God wants me to be.
My definition would be doing God's will, doing His work. Like, I can do everything I want to do as a human, and what I'm called to do is by like, so I thought, just say for instance, technically this is business second time around, because when I left in 21, I lost everything in storage. I had to build this all over again. But this time around, I'm like, okay, God, it's yours. I'm going to do it your way. I don't want to do it my way, because obviously my way, you called me away for a reason and it didn't work out. I'm doing it your way. So it's about doing His will and His plans. Going back to school, I didn't think I was going to go back to school, but it's God's will. I'm doing it your way. If you want me to be in school, I'm going to do it your way. So I would say just doing God's will is a fulfilling life for me.
It's not even about us. Like, we're not even supposed to dictate how our life goes. We're not supposed to do, like try to control our life. We just here doing what we vessels for God. Like, we just really just
a willing vessel.
Cause some things I be doing, I'm like, man, I really don't want to do that, but like I see that is the reason I'm doing that. Then after I do, I'm like, oh wow, God wanted me to do that, or He needed me to do that,
And I just like, even with you when you was like, thank you, and what do I always say? Everybody thank me is like, glory be to God, because it's my obedience. I'm just a little vessel, but it's His words. Like, I can't tell you nothing He ain't telling me to say.
So we're gonna do a two-parter. How do you handle criticism, and how do you cope when things get hard?
How do you handle criticism? I'm gonna start. So I always been I go to the beat of my own drums. And it was crazy. So last Sunday I was like, had this thought about, I don't care what nobody think about me. That's always been my attitude, right? And it's not a bad way, but I'm not gonna stop being me or doing what I'm doing because somebody else don't like it. If I want to put purple with pink and I want to wear it, I was gonna do it. And people, they don't put together says who. That's your standard, right? That's what you think. So the criticism, constructive criticism,
yeah,
we can take. But why take advice from? Let me see it right.
Yeah, no,
I ain't gonna take criticism from somebody I ain't gonna take advice from.
Right.
So if you ain't at a place to even give me good advice, why would I take criticism from you? I don't care what you think about me in that aspect, because I am who I am because of who God called me to be and who God made me to be. I cope. Prayer. I like to be out. I like nature. So beach, water, just being outside in my backyard looking at the lake. That's how I cope with things when things get hard. It clears my mind. It frees me up.
As far as me, I love it because it helps me grow, and I'm trying to, definitely with doing YouTube, I'm trying to actually take it in. As far as coping, I'm trying to do better at that, because I get in these little places where I just want to be left alone, and I don't know if that's bad or good, because sometimes I feel like it's good, but it's not good when I get depressed and alone, Like, it's different. I just feel like I'm overstimulated and I just want to be by myself, but I can get depressed and I can't like shelter myself and be locked mentally somewhere, and I don't think that's good. So as far as coping, I would just say prayer as well. I really enjoy being around people that love me. I live with my sissy, so a lot of times she don't even know I can be sad and I can just want to bother her, and that's just me coping. Like, I just like being around people that love me. I like being the beach as well. The beach is very helpful. It's a beautiful place. Just the sound of it. You don't even need music. You don't need nothing. Just listen to everything. Like, it's just perfect. So I can say getting out of the house, getting out of areas, dressing up as well. I love, if I'm feeling down or if I'm just need to be uplifted, I'm gonna get real pretty and just enjoy myself.
So dress how you feel.
Yes, exactly. Because that'd be the worst. When you dress how you feel, you notice like, oh, this ain't it. I look at myself. I'm beating myself up. I'm in the mirror like self-sabotaging and everything like that. So it's definitely not a good thing to do. Thank you to my sissy. You want to get a video?
Tasha, do you have a question before?
Yes.
What is like the biggest lesson you learned from your last relationship that you don't want to bring into your new relationship?
Me, I'm just gonna say not put my insecurities on the people I'm with, the person I'm with. So say if I'm in an abusive relationship, we're gonna use an example. Say if I'm in an abusive relationship and he's constantly talking about my weight, and now in my head, my weight is a problem. So now my next relationship, I'm opening that door like, oh, I need to go to the gym, or saying like little things about my weight, and now it opens another door for them to talk about my weight, and then it's just like ongoing things. So I can say, as far as that, just the things I'm insecure about, I don't know how the new person view me. Just because the person I was with before, you know, probably didn't like how my weight was or how I looked, doesn't mean the next person gonna feel the same way. So I don't have to put that on them. I don't have to make it a problem, because they probably didn't even look at how I weigh. They probably love the way I look, but because the last person I was with was talking about my weight, now I'm bringing that to them. So I can say that, not bringing my insecurities from my last relationship on the next person.
I'm gonna say mine was proper submission as a wife. But so when I came into my new relationship, going into marriage, it was, I will follow you as long as you consult God first. And that was important for me. We had to be on the spiritual path, because I went to church for years on years before being married as a single woman, because I'm in church every week by myself. And it's like, no, we got to be on the same path. I'm not going back down that road when I'm trying to bring you up with me to chase after God, to want what God has for us. No, I couldn't do that again. So it was just important, like he knew, if you want me to follow you, you got to be following God. And how to submit properly as a wife. Because the submission is like this mouth, and people's like, she's a great woman, baby, bro, but her mouth, we just got, and he's like, I see what they talking about. So I had to learn to work on that, like, okay, you can't pop off, like, you're a real man, now. You can't pop off any kind of way you want to. So it was controlling the thing.
And I think as women too, we know when a man, you can talk to a man type of way, and then the ones you can't, like, you know, you want to feel good talking to a man certain way,
learn
the
it
right way.
fast, because like she said, even if you tried that in the next relationship, and if he don't check you right away, then that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Exactly.
Can I give you the example of how it happened with you and him? When you came, so she came to visit us in Louisiana, right? And she called my husband. She called my husband a nigga, and he went off. But it was respectful.
When I tell you, I ain't ever
been read.
Because like, but I love every minute of it though. I ain't gonna lie, because I was just like, nah, that's for me. Because you know us, and we grew up being like, nigga, please, like, and it was joking way.
Yeah, but he like no.
Right. We don't joke like that.
He said boundaries.
Yes, like we don't.
But it's so crazy, I already knew that. Even when I text you, I was like, I could tell he's like gentle with you and everything like that. I don't know where we were. We was at the shop when
we had a pop up.
Yes, she had a pop up, and I came got my stuff. But just how, like, you could just tell, like,
he don't play by me.
Yeah, that too. But he just allows you to be a woman.
Yeah, she's like, he allows you to be a woman, be up front, and then he doesn't mind jumping in.
Yeah, like you can lead. Yeah, it's like she's like, oh, this is so and so, and he made sure to be behind her. Like she was talking to me, passing me things, he passed things. You know, it just shows. You can just tell when, you know,
there's no, like, even though the man leads, but in certain areas of life and certain things, the woman has to lead.
And
and he doesn't. It's not a problem. I don't take away his manlyhood. Like, never demasculate him, because baby, you are the man. And it's like, no, for real, because we as women sometimes we jump out in front and it ain't our job.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was so used to leading, because you had to be the provider, the caretaker, you was doing everything, and then you get with this man, it's like, okay, I'm over here, like, I'm not doing enough. I feel like I was doing enough, and he's like, baby, you doing plenty. But to me, I feel like I was doing enough, because I'm so used to going to school, working jobs, doing this and doing that, and like now my mind is so clear, right? And I just get to
step into your future. So me and my man was having a conversation about this, because I told him, like, I don't know how to just be the woman,
right?
And he's like, baby, well, guess what? That's something that I can help you work on. He said, because I am going to be the man, the provider, the one that's going to make sure that smile never leaves your face. Like, I want to see you be my queen. So at the end of the day, it's like, I keep praying and talking to God to help me in that way, because like she said, I've always had to be the provider and the caretaker and the real. I had to be everything in one. So being just a woman it's gonna be hard because we don't really know what that be because we ain't never had no real man to lead.
Or even see
So
it.
I want to be able to put my pride to the side and be able to let my man do what it is that it was brought here to do.
Right.
Just being a God-fearing man, and that's it. And being able to lead like he's supposed to. And I want to be able to follow like the way that I'm supposed to. I'm ready to step into my femininity and just be her. The way that I know how to be her. You know what I'm saying?
I don't call it like a soft girl era. I don't like the word because ain't nothing soft about me. I am in my healed era.
Yeah,
like once you heal, you allow
somebody to be
right. It's easy. I think it's important for us as women, as people, not just women, men, whatever, to get out of our habit of that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Like my students, they like, oh, we Baton Rouge. Where we come from? I don't listen to me. I come from the hood.
Right.
I could be hood just like you. I chose to rise above a standard in the title that was put up. I'm not just gonna be a hood girl.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to limit myself because of where I'm from or or not even that, but because of probably my family or how they doing things, or if they don't have a business or they don't have. I don't want to limit myself. But I don't.
And that's what we call generational curses.
Breaking generations.
We are breaking
curses.
All generational curses.
Yes.
You hear me? And that's what journey me and my sisters are on.
Yeah.
We were no longer just be some Melbourne chicks.
Right. Like everybody can't go. Please understand, everybody can't go. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. Everybody can't go where God calling you to go, and that's very important. I had to tell my cousin the other day, just off of conversation alone, I'm like, I love you, but I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Right.
And she's like, you cut me off? I said, I will. For what God is taking me, I will, because this conversation, it irritated my soul.
Yeah.
The fact that you're talking about people, I don't care if it's I don't hear about him. I'm in a different space. Like all that talking about people, all the amount of cursing coming out of your mouth, you can't go where I'm going.
Yeah. And that's okay.
And I gotta be okay with that.
I was beating myself up about my family. Like I really want us all to be close, and I want us all to do like the smallest thing, like family reunions. I want to be able to call my family that's miles away. Mm-hmm. But just because y'all family don't mean these are the people that that's gonna grow with you. Like it's okay. Like I'm not mad at you. I'm not.
No love.
You know, it's like I still love you, but I just know we're not
on the same
page and we're not going to the same place. So of course we're family, you know, and I wish you well. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe, but right now,
and it's okay for them to come back around.
Yeah.
And when they do come back around, it's okay, but it's still boundaries.
Right.
Exactly. Even with friendships, like I pray God remove anybody from around me who mean me no good, who's stopping me from doing your will. Right. And baby, the people that he removed, it was one that I didn't expect after 30 years of friendship.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, wow. And I dropped one tear and God said, you asked for this.
Yeah.
And I had to suck it up. So then I said, God, well, could you help me to learn how to handle the people that you removed? Because baby, I didn't think it was going to hurt like this. You get what I'm saying? And I love it.
Just like right now, I'm going through the same thing. God put me in situations where he showed me who is not for me. And he told me in this season he was going to be removing some of the ones that I love most. And I still didn't think that who it was going to be who it was, and it hurts. Yeah. But I said, okay, God, I hear you.
That's what you asked for, yeah. You got
I understand.
Yeah. Right. Why? Right.
Because if there's stuff going on behind my back.
A lot of times when we ask God to remove certain people and we don't expect it to be certain people, it's because we didn't hear the conversation they was having.
Yeah. They see your light.
Yeah.
And their job is to dim your light.
Yes.
So as long as they with you, your light gonna be dim. You ain't gonna see your full potential. And that's why it took for me to leave where I was born and from to go to be birthed up to who I was supposed to be.
The things that God put in your head is not things people see. So it might sound crazy to them. Yeah, it might be crazy to them, sound crazy or outrageous to them, but they don't even have that type of mindset or ability to imagine what you're imagining. So sometimes you can't share your ideas. Sometimes you can't share things you want to do.
Yeah, you gotta
stop sharing everything that I have planned for you.
Right.
You know,
Some people
but everybody don't need to know.
Yeah,
because they be praying on your downfall. They don't know these things.
But you know how you be so excited, you just be wanting to
you
like,
want to tell everybody
or you even want them to be a part of it, like, I got this vision for me, but I think
where you
best for
going.
you.
That's when we go back to that. Everybody can't go where you going.
This is all a product of God. And I'm excited.
Yes.
Too much into it because he gonna do the work. You gonna do it.
But y'all definitely
But you can shop us.
Yes.
We use www.yummyscrubs.org. All natural handmade skincare products made by these hands here. But yeah, we have from all skincare, hair, skin. You can do alopecia, acne, BV, PCOS, endometriosis. There we go. We got products for it all. So shop. What's your code?
Tev23.
Period. It's Miss. We'll give y'all a little body butter demonstration.
Wash my hands.
We just gonna do that. Yeah, get into this glow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling. I really love it. And the body butter smells so good. Definitely after you like do a shave or narrow wax, whatever you do, if you go ahead
And it
take a
don't
nice
take
shower,
as much. Sorry.
it's like all you do is a little tap and it's gonna glow. But look at this.
Look at that. Get into the glow.
We can compare arms. But I definitely love this.
This
It
is
smells
peach
really
mango
good.
mixed with Jamaican me crazy.
Oh my. That's right. But yes, you guys definitely shop with her. Like I'm telling you, I love all the products. My skin is definitely sensitive, so every product I don't have no problem. I don't break out from nothing. Rose water I use every day. Turmeric soap I use every day. Turmeric scrub I use a couple times out the week. My body butter I definitely use on certain occasions.
Before we close, I just want to tell you I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Your growth.
Thank you.
Continue chasing.
Thank you.
Continue shining. Don't let nobody stop you. Get out of your own way.
That's really
That's
what
it.
it is.
That's
Yeah.
your word. Get out your way.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Give me I love you so
I
much.
love you too.
And I appreciate you for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. I'm going to put all the information for Yummy Scrubs in the description box and also her social medias and everything like that for you guys can follow and support. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Bye.